Alright, so we're here with a 9th edition battle report. This is our first battle report 9th edition. We're going to try and fumble our way through it. We are using a 6x4 table because that's what we had and we didn't want to tape one off. And really we're just trying to learn the rules. We'll try to learn the new table size at a later date. We are playing the 4 Pillars mission that GW spoiled. And they're also using a whole bunch of the spoiled rules. We don't have quite all of them, so if we mess anything up, forgive that. But we're going to try and make it through this. So it is Necron versus Eldar. Necron are huddled up in their little ball of death in the corner there. So the Eldar have 3, what are your big guns called?
Heavy support platforms?
But no, with the guns on them.
Oh, D cannons.
D cannons. They have 2 squads of 3 D cannons set up. They have a Wave Serpent with with Howling Banshees in it. There is an Autarch on jet bike, a Farseer on jet bike, and hiding in the back there is a Farseer on foot. Warlock. Sorry, a Warlock on foot. And then there's 5 Dire Avengers holding that objective. In reserve is most of the scary things in their army. They have 3 squads of Striking Scorpions, 3 squads of Warp Spiders, and 2 squads of Storm Guardians. Then over here in this corner, we have the Necrons spread out kind of defensively. In the building is 5 Tesla Immortals. Down here on the ground is 5 more Tesla Immortals. In this big giant ball in the middle, we have 20 warriors up front. We have 10 Lich Guard there to the side. In the middle are 3 characters, a Destroyer Lord, an Overlord, and a Cryptic. In the back is a Doomsday Arc, a Doom Scythe, and then underneath are 2 Annihilation Barges. And in reserve we have 6 Destroyers, Deep Striking. Because that's the, not the chapter trait, what do they call it? Dynasty. That's our Dynasty special stratagem. And that is it. So for our secondaries in this mission, I have Bring It Down, Repair the Teleport Homer, and Abhor the Witch. He only has 2 Psychers, but they're both characters, so I can earn 10 points on Abhor the Witch potentially. And his secondaries are Mental Interrogation, so his Psychers are going to try and interrogate my characters. He also has Repair the Teleport Homer, and then he has Line Breaker. So we'll roll off here and see who gets first turn. So he's rolled a 4. I'm going to steal your dice because I don't have one. And I also rolled a 4. He's rolled another 4. It's just a day for 4s. And a 3. So Necron will be going second. Eldar will take their first turn and we'll be back at the end of turn 1 and see what damage they cause. Alright, so we're back at the end of Eldar turn 1. And the, not Striking Scorpions, the Banshees got out of the Wave Serpent, came over and took his objective. And then they got Conceal put on them from the Warlock in the back. Other than that, everything moved up and, I got doomed. My warriors got doomed from the Farseer. And then everything shot into my warriors and able to kill 14 of them. 14 died. If it wasn't for the invulnerable save from my Cryptic down there, they probably would have all been wiped out. But there are some left. My Warlord trait makes them fearless within 3 inches, so the last 6 will stay. And other than that, we'll go on to Necron turn and see how many of my warriors stand back up. Alright, so back at the end of Necron turn 1, it was kind of a flub of a turn, not a lot happened. I moved my big blob up with both of my Annihilation Barges and shot everything into these Banshees. And their Exarch power is a 5-up Feel No Pain, and they rolled like ballers. They passed something like 14 5-up Feel No Pains during the turn from all the shots from these 3 units. So they are still there with 5 guys left alive, and they passed their morale. The Doom Scythe moved up, shot the Dire Avengers in the back, only managed to kill 2 with its twin guns, and then its big underslung gun shot the cannon closest to it down there and caused 2 wounds to it. My Doomsday Arc back here in the corner shot the Wave Serpent, only managing to cause 3 wounds due to some bad rolls, only rolled 2 for my number of shots. And other than that, these guys advanced and took that objective. These guys are holding this objective. So we'll go on to Eldar turn 2 and see how hard the reserves hit. Alright, so we're back at the end of turn 2 for Eldar, and it was quite the turn for the Eldar. It really hurt to be a Necron player. So all the reserves came, well not all, almost all the reserves. 1 squad of Striking Scorpions stay off the table, but we got Warp Striders here, Storm Guardians, Striking Scorpions, more Warp Spiders in the middle there, some Storm Guardians back over there in the corner about ready to take that objective. In that building there are some Striking Scorpions, more Warp Spiders. The Howling Banshees moved up and charged along with a whole bunch of shooting. My invulnerable save from my Cryptic once again saved my warriors, but there's only 8 left, so we have a whole bunch of will-be backs to make on my turn. Other than that, I lost my Doom Scythe, but luckily I got one little thing of luck this turn, it exploded. When it exploded, some of these cannons were already wounded from shooting, and it took out 2 cannons, put another couple wounds on another one, and wounded the Wave Serpent. Other than that, I lost one of my Annihilation Barges, and I lost that 5-man unit of Immortals that was holding that objective. So we'll go on to Necron turn 2 and see if I can counterpunch it all. Alright, so we're back at the end of Necron turn 2, and we trail the Eldar by a little bit. The Necrons are at 9 points to the Eldar's 13 points. But I was able to finally punch back and at least do some damage. I Veil of Darkness, my unit of warriors that was here with my Overlord, back into that table quarter and shot off the Dire Avengers that are holding the objective. And also my Overlord is trying to take one of the actions to repair the teleport homer. That's it. So as long as he survives the turn, I'll get some more points from that. Other than that, Lichguard assaulted into the Banshees. When we went into combat, he looked up a rule and we realized we messed up the Banshee rule for the Feel No Pain roll. But being as we'd already messed it up, we just pulled him off and left everything kind of sit where it was at. So I'm currently holding 1 objective, but it's probably just going to be contested by some Warp Spiders or some Striking Scorpions, so we might not get many points next turn. Oh, and last thing is my Destroyers came on way back over there trying to stay out of range of the D cannons, and then shot into a unit of Warp Spiders with their stratagem and killed them off. And that is it. All my big guns tried to shoot. He didn't put anybody near his commander, and at 9th I can shoot him because there's no infantry near 3 of them. Or no infantry with 3+ models or a vehicle. So I shot into him, but then he made all of his saves. My big gun went into this thing, put 4 more wounds on it. So I should have just shot the big gun, tried to kill the Psyker because it gets me points, but you live, you learn. So we're back with Eldar turn 3. Alright, so we're back at the end of Eldar turn 3, and it was a pretty good turn on one side of the board for him. And over here, although they did destroy my Overlord, or my Destroyer Lords, that was pretty sad. The Wave Serpent advanced and then used its Serpent Shield and got 3 mortal wounds, and then used a stratagem to use the Wave Shield, the Serpent Shield again, and got another 3 mortal wounds. So it was able to just Serpent Shield down with mortal wounds my Destroyer Lord, which hurt a lot. Other than that, Warp Spiders came up and shot into my vehicles. They each took 2 wounds. But the real pain is over on this side of the table. I lost all there. That's a dead pile. Ignore that. I lost all my warriors and my Overlord, who was trying to do one of my actions for secondary objective points. So I lost out on 5 points there. Destroyers are still fine. They tried to get assaulted by some Striking Scorpions, but the Scorpions failed to charge. Other than that, he's holding objectives. Holding objectives with some guys behind that wall. And objectives here. So he currently has 3. So I really need to get him off of some objectives so that I can score points and he doesn't run away with the game. So we'll see what happens at the end of Necron turn 3. Alright, it's the end of Necron turn 3, and we're still in the game, but we're going to start falling behind quickly on points here. So my Destroyers moved up. I tried for a Hail Mary. One of my secondaries is kill vehicles, which all these guns are. And I also need to kill Psykers, which there's one right there, who once again is not near any infantry so I can target him. So I shot 3 Destroyers there, and then split-fired my Destroyers into these guns, hoping to take out the guns and kill the Psyker. But he used the -1 to hit stratagem on his Psyker, and then I rolled a whole bunch of 3s to hit, so it cost me a bunch of hits, and then the Psyker lived with 1 wound left. He took 5 out of it. And then I did a whole bunch of wounds to all these different guns, but I didn't kill any of them, so they're going to blast me. It's really going to hurt. I did shoot these guys holding this objective, killed 3. And then there's the Warp Spiders back there in the corner. I killed, I think, 2 of them. Yep. Something like that. I shot them with a whole bunch of guns that just didn't do anything. And then I missed the Wave Serpent. No, I think I put 2 wounds on it.
Yep.
Put 2 wounds on the Wave Serpent. So it was a really bad turn. I didn't actually kill a single thing. I just put wounds across the board. I'm in a bad spot, but we'll see what happens at the end of Eldar turn 4. Yep. Alright, so we're back at the end of Eldar turn 4, and they are storming away on the points. I'm going to put up the best of the fight I can here, but they're going to kill me on points at the end of the game. So the Warp Spiders, the Striking Scorpions here actually failed to charge by rolling a 3 onto those Destroyers, so that saved me a little bit. The Warp Spiders and Farseer are holding the objective. The one fun part I had is the big guns here, D-Cannon shot in. I used my Dispersion Shield stratagem on my Lich Guard and bounced a mortal wound back, killing one of the guns. Other than that, they shot in and killed a couple of the Immortals holding the objective. Then the Striking Scorpions came in and finished them off. So I'm holding no objectives at the start of my turn, so I'm not going to score any points. That really hurts. And the Eldar scored 15 for holding more at the start of the turn. So Falling way behind on points, but we're going to see how many we can scrape out at the end of this one. Alright, so back at the end of Necron turn 4, we pulled out as much as we could. The Lich Guard, that's the Lich Guard moved on this objective. I had to send him over here because if not, I'm just going to be sort of drowning in points each turn. So they're just going to try to sit there the entire game and weather the fire. Over here, I shot the Striking Scorpions off the objective. I assaulted in, his fell off his stand, but the barge assaulted into the warp spiders to stop them from shooting me. I finally killed this stupid wave serpent. This thing finally rolled more than 2 shots. So I put 8 wounds on that thing and it died, so that got me some points this turn, luckily. And then way in the back, I lost 2 destroyers, but was able to kill all but the Striking Scorpion Exarch in there. It doesn't really do much for me, but it's kind of a moral victory. So that's where we're at on turn 4. It goes to the last turn for the Eldar and see what they can do. Alright, so the end of Eldar turn 5, and they have thoroughly run away with the game. Even though we're both pretty well down on models, they are stormed ahead on points. So this turn was pretty uneventful. All the big guns shot into my Annihilation Barge, and for the first time in this game, I made a whole bunch of quantum shielding saves. So he survives with 3 wounds left. Other than that, a whole bunch of shooting, and then an assault into the destroyers finished them off. So all I have left is my couple units in the back corner and my big squad of guard. But we're just going to do some shooting and wrap this thing up and see if I can score a few extra points here at the end. Alright, so we're back at the end of Necron turn 5. I didn't do a whole lot, but all I did was shoot everything at these D cannons. I didn't have a whole lot of army left, but it actually netted me a bunch of points because I'd bring it down to the secondary, so that was a bit of a consolation prize. Other than that, I tried to assault here just for fun to kill the warp spiders, but they failed. They even used my last command point reroll. So in the end, it is 30 points for the Necrons to 58 points for the Eldar. We beat each other up pretty good, but the Eldar held too much of the board for too long. So that's it. That's our first 9th edition game. It was a good learning game. We both made plenty of mistakes that we later on went, oops. So more to come, I guess.